Hey there, hope you all are doing good. So this is me, this is how I sound. First time trying the commentary thing on this channel, so I finally picked up a decent mic. Trying to see if I can make this work without all the background bullshit going on. It's still a bit new to me with the mic and everything, so probably you're gonna see me sound like a total goofball, but whatever, we're rolling with it. I'm also washed in this game. I've been away for sim racing for quite some time now. Also wanted to say this is my third race, so I recorded the first two before the mic came on my Mac, and it picked up 90% of the aircon wind than my voice itself. So that was kind of a messed up thing. I'll have to probably give another set of commentary with the new mic. I'll upload the first three in a day or two. I totally did about 4 races this week, I guess. All 4 turned out to be incredibly good, incredibly clean, and then it was like a fight till the finish line. So it was really good. I'll be uploading that in a day or two, so watch out for that. Anyway, we're at Fuji this week in the GT3s, of course. Back in the Porsche. I did this race after work. Was pretty late at night, I guess, around 11ish p.m. Didn't expect anything much, but turned out to be probably the best race out of the 4. And we have a Merc doing a little 360 right before the start of the race, as cold tire traditions go with the new tire model. Again, I somehow ended up putting a decent lap, P7 I guess, on the grid. Really didn't expect to put that good of a lap, but here we are, P7. I think it was a 41 point something, not sure, we'll have to check the timesheets. I'll put it on the screen what exactly was my qualifying lap, so you guys know. Alright, so let's get into it and see how this one goes. Also, I do appreciate you guys tuning in. At any point of the video, if you do enjoy watching this, drop a like, sub, comment, all that good stuff. Really don't ask for it, but as YouTube traditions go, I'm just doing that. I may have killed somebody in this race. It was totally my fault. It's partly because of the single screen monitor. I couldn't see where he was going. Again, I leave that to you guys to judge who was at fault. Anyway, we go green. We get a rusty launch off the line, as always I do in these races. Braking just at the 100-meter board, trying to keep it clean, try not to overshoot it. The Merc on the outside. We're about 7 cars going into T2. It's not a good sign, honestly. With the iRacing netcode and with my ping being fucking 300, things could go up south real quick. So we survive. All the cars survive. For a brief moment, you'll see what I'm talking about in just a second, and just as we cross this, just as we come to this corner, and then there's a bit of contact, and then me and Sean spins. That's partly because of me. You'll see why. I'll show that post-race. We both spin out. It's kind of one of those things with a single monitor. I rock a 27-inch monitor, so I couldn't really see what was going on the right side. And there's another car spinning off there, the purple McLaren. He's also the star of the show. You'll see in just a couple of laps as to why I say that. There's another car off the track. He's on the grass, moving. He's just casually mowing the lawn at Fuji. So I think he has a bit of damage. He's pulling over. There's another car spinning on the left. I believe that was the McLaren. That was a Ford, not McLaren. Lap 1 was pretty chaotic. Another Mercedes, trying to get all my car names wrong. What the fuck is wrong with me? The Lambo was spinning. The Lambo was facing the wrong direction. So, you mean what? You know what I mean about the goofball, right? I'm kind of struggling to get my words out. First time, I don't know. We'll improvise as we go further. Again, lap 2, braking just at the 100-meter board. Try not to overshoot my braking point. We get a 1x over there. So we have a total of 3, as I do with every fucking race. I get a bunch of incident points by doing some stupid shit. The McLaren goes a bit wide. His entry is a bit compromised over there. And I'm also driving like a total dumbass. Going all the way wide, braking just before the 50. Try not to overshoot it. You can get on the power a little too quick. On that particular section, there's a Ferrari facing the wrong direction. He's like, I'm just gonna park my car, I'll just chill. I don't wanna race, I don't wanna be part of this anymore. There's another 4 cars going side by side into the next chicane. We brake just at that orange thing on the barrier. I believe that's the braking marker. I keep overshooting that at times. So the Macam ahead is 0.4. Sean and I, who spun, he's pretty good. He's made up a good amount of time. He's actually faster than I am, so he did gain some time on me. I believe he's about half a second quicker than I am in a couple of sectors. So, right, lap 3, crossing the line, we're 0.4 behind the Maca. Sean behind us 0.6 seconds, he's 0.6 behind me. Going into turn 1, lap 3, we're kind of careful. We didn't really pick up that much of a damage, so the car is still drivable. I don't see any funky behavior from the car itself. Right, so we're pretty close with the pack. There are about 10 cars in very close proximity. The McLaren goes a bit wide again. You don't want to cut that too much. There's a weird slowdown if you do that. I did get that in the practice once. Maybe it's just if you cut the entire track. I didn't fancy going for a move there. Otherwise we'll spin again. So lap 3, we're going to the chicane for the 3rd time in a row. Luckily we're facing the right direction after that incident, braking just as we cross that orange patch on the barrier. The McLaren ahead is kind of slowing us down. You think he had a bit of a moment there. The Porsche is all over the back of the McLaren, the neon Porsche, not me, although I'm kind of all over the back of the McLaren ahead. It looks like people choose the Merc and the Maca more than anything. I don't see many Porsches being driven after the new tire model, or is it just the lower split thing, I guess. I'm not entirely sure. I do believe this has become a little tougher to drive with the new tire model compared to how it was previously. So we're starting lap 4, we have the slip of both the cars. Porsche decides to slow down. I believe he is here for the safety rating, the classic I'm here for the safety rating, guys. And then he does let Sean go as well behind. Yeah, he's slowing down. He just doesn't want to be part of the chaos. And then someone's going too wide through that corner. It's never a good idea to go too wide. In fact, I don't want to ruin the race. I'll just let until that moment comes. I stick behind the McLaren here, try to go for one. We're 3 wide for a brief moment. Going into the chicane, it's really not a good idea. With my 300 fucking ping, I might kill somebody. We're still too wide, braking just after that orange patch. Enough room for 2 cars. I did leave enough room. The Maca behind backed out. So did the purple Maca. I think his name is Caddy, I guess. We did get the move done though. It was clean and the McLaren spins behind. I think, did he have a contact, or I guess he just spun out of his own. Maybe it's because of being impatient on the throttle, I guess. We're braking just after we cross that white line. That's my braking marker. Actually, it's not a good reference. I keep overshooting that again, just as I do with all the other corners. washed as fuck. I don't know how I'm managing to keep up with this pack. It's been a while. My driving is awful, and absolutely no confidence with the car. I think it's about time I change the car or something, because I feel it's a little stressful to drive the Porsche with the new tire model. Even after the tires get up to the temps, I kind of feel weird to push the car. The rear is always on the brink of, just losing it. Again, we're on lap 5, we're in close proximity, 3 more cars. The Ford ahead seems to be slowing us down. The McLaren is looking for a move up front. Sean behind has caught up pretty good. He's doing a fantastic job keeping up with me, although I'm a little slower compared to him. We're all over the back of the Porsche. We try to go for the inside move. He's still on the left. I believe he has some front damage. I couldn't see the bumper on that car. I believe he has damage by the looks of it. Anyway, it's not a good idea to make a move on the last corner because of the nature of this track. It has a long start-finish straight, so even though you make a move on the last corner, you're probably sitting duck before you reach the first corner again. With people having the slip, it's easier to lose that position. We're 2 wide again, briefly 3 wide with Sean on the far left of the track. We're still going 2 wide, not a good idea. Brake a little later to give the space for the Porsche, and we're going 4 people into the next corner. I stick my car behind Sean. It's the best place to actually make the move. I don't want to make the same mistake again, so I'd be a little cautious on the throttle this time. There was a little bit of a weird lag. It's mostly with my Singapore internet with 300 ping, and then I go for a sensational send. I kind of stop my car at the right time. I don't know how I stop it. Sean is right next to us. We're going 2 wide. There was a bit of contact. Luckily, iRacing was generous enough to consider that as a 0x, not as a 4x. He's all over the back of me, and then I brake a little too earlier for that. Kind of made that corner stick, and then a little too quick. If a big moment on the rear. If that was on the old tire model, I would have definitely found myself in the barrier. That's for sure. I don't know how I controlled that. Kudos to the new tire model, I guess. That was pretty easy to catch. Again, like I said, if that was the old tire model, we would have definitely been in the wall. So, right, crossing the line, lap 7, the Porsche ahead has broken the pack. He's a second ahead now, braking just at the 100-meter board, keeping a close eye on the mirror. Sometimes people behind would probably go for a huge lunge as we go a little wide, pick up a 1x. Braking just before the 50, try not to cut the track over there to get a unnecessary slowdown. Again, for the long right-hander, we kind of get that right, but not 100% right. Braking just at the 50, hitting on the power a little too quick. Once your tires are up to temps, you don't have to worry about spinning, although you'll have to be cautious enough to get on the power. Going for the 7th time around the chicane, we finally get that braking point right. You can cut a lot of that track. It's not a 1x as long as you have the 2 tires on the tarmac. You don't want to hit those deadly yellow curves to launch your car off there. We brake a tiny bit late. It's not like it's the end of the world. You can take multiple different lines through that corner. The purple mecha behind has closed in significantly, is 0.5 behind. I, however, have closed in a bit more on the Porsche ahead with 0.7 behind. The mecha behind has a slip unless he goes for a insanely massive lunge, which he won't. Thankfully, is cautious enough on this occasion. We're closing right behind the Porsche, and the mecha is quite close again. We have a green delta. The delta is showing a 41.3. We're kind of on the same pace as the leader, but definitely not catching anywhere ahead of the pack. Again, for the long right-hander, we're somehow 2/10 up on our previous lap as we close in a lot on the Porsche. Send one on the inside, we make a little bit contact. We're still going side by side, we're too wide. The broken Porsche next to us. I think we also have a little bit of damage from the incident on lap 1. Briefly going 3 wide, braking just at that orange patch on the barrier. There's enough room for 2 cars, I believe 3. The mecha is right next to us, and then I push the mecha wide. We get a 1x from that. Thankfully he did not die. Sean is looking to send one up the inside. Oh, that was close. If I had been on the throttle a little quicker, we would have probably taken out each other again. And then I make another switchback over there with a 4x this time. As long as the racing is good, I really don't care about the incidents we're racking. That was pretty good. That was really good racing. Although I did choke up a little bit on that particular corner. I think it was the second to last corner. I am, however, writing a message while racing to the McLaren that it was unintentional, because this service is a bit weird. If you push somebody and then they'll immediately come for a revenge punt. I'm keeping an eye on the McLaren behind. Really don't race that hard with people I haven't really seen on the service or seen in the lobby. It's one of those reasons of getting intentionally killed. When you send one on the inside, I don't know, it probably pisses them off or something for some reason. I've been a victim of being intentionally rammed at one point in Sebring when I overtook somebody. So ever since then I've been a little cautious with how I make my moves. If not my friends or the common names I see in these lobbies, I don't really race that hard, but this was pretty good. So we still survive that one, somehow still facing the right direction. I keep saying that. Maybe it's a drinking game for every time I say I keep facing the right direction. As the Porsche hits those deadly curves, I try to send one on the inside, kind of make it stick. He just gives up. I think the Porsche is missing a bumper or something. Not sure. I can't really make that out from the rear view mirror. It looks like he is missing a bumper. He must have had a big contact sometime early on in the race. So we did make that move stick. It was pretty good. We're back in P10. Car number 3, P10, we gained 8x of total incident points. I mean, that's standard at this point with my races. Usually have about minimum of 5x a race, either by going off the track or having these incidents. We go side by side for a second. The McLaren shoots the braking marker by a mile and then goes off the track. Now Sean behind me is all over the back of me again. He's trying to send one on the inside. We kind of leave him enough room as we run wide ourselves. The Porsche is trying to look one to gain that position back from the Merc behind. We kind of survived that. That was pretty hard racing, pretty good racing, though we did rack a few incident points. That's gonna definitely take a hit on our safety rating. And we're lap 10. They're going side by side again into the chicane. The Merc leaves enough amount of space, ample amount of room to go too wide. So they survive. We survive lap 10, and we'll see if we can make any more places. I think the Maka behind goes a little wide again. Looks like they're having a good battle. I think somebody spun at the back. Maybe it's the other McLaren, I guess. Not sure. So we're kind of in a decent spot right now. Nobody's trying to chase us. We're like P10, car number 3, catching up P9. David in the Maka again. It's 2.3 seconds ahead. Right, so lap 11 in the books. We're running out of time, running out of corners. I don't think we're running out of corners as long as... I don't know what I'm trying to say at this point. We go a little wide. Thankfully we didn't get a 1x over there. We already have enough incident points. We've racked up 8x from that little battle over there. Right, we're chasing the Maka. David is 1.8 now. We did gain a little bit of time. I think he did make a small mistake through that fast left-hander. Guys ahead are still battling. I think car number 2 and car number 15, no, car number 12 and car number 2 are still battling. As we come to the chicane for the 11th time in this race. We're doing pretty good. We're 1/10 up as the delta shows, braking just in the middle of that curb. Don't want to hit those deadly yellow curves. I did brake at the right time. I guess that's the perfect turn. I guess I can say that's the one time I've taken that corner pretty well without overshooting or under braking. So we're doing a 41.2. It's kind of washed lap again. And crossing the line, it's the final lap. We're 1.7 seconds behind David. Can we catch him is the question. Braking just at the 100-meter board. Try not to overshoot the braking point. We're a tenth slower through that corner. I think I did brake a little off. We're gaining on David, but not gaining as much as we want to make the move done. Anyhow, we're definitely running out of corners, and of course we have a few more corners to go and just a few more seconds. That was a pretty good battle, not gonna lie. We did die, and then we had a good few laps going side by side through the chicanes. We shouldn't be going side by side through those corners. We did catch up quite a lot on the Maka ahead. As I overshoot my braking point a little bit, braking just as the curb ends. Beautifully done. I don't think we'll be able to catch him. We're out of corners. Final corner, you don't want to take it easy, you don't want to spin out after doing all the progress. The guys ahead are still fighting. It would be a photo finish for those guys, but Sean and I, we did a good comeback, I guess. And if not for that incident with me, we would have probably went ahead even more, maybe P5 or something, I guess. That was pretty good. P10. Let's see what happened on lap 1. Take it easy through that corner. Damn, that is like 7 cars going in close proximity. What would possibly go wrong? That is on me, like I said. He did turn left because he wanted to avoid the car on the right. Meanwhile, I was on the left, far left. Couldn't see what he was doing. I did write a message to him. He did acknowledge that. Oh, we could have saved that a little bit. Had I not... Yeah, that is 100% on me. Should have taken a bit more cautious approach. If we do look at again, he is on the center part of the circuit. I had plenty of room on the left. Should have been more mindful than I was. Could have avoided that unnecessary incident. We could have moved further up the grid. We'll probably finish P4 or P5 at our pace. Sean did write to me, all good man. Yeah, I would love to see that. Shame that didn't happen actually. Oh, we're going too wide through the chicane. It's never a good idea. Briefly 3 wide. Anyway guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's the first commentary also from my end. I'm not exactly sure how this turned out to be. Please leave your views in the comments. I read all your comments, of course. I respond to everybody. Your suggestions are much appreciated. Anything to work on, I'll definitely look at that. 3 more races coming your way. Again, those will have commentary since I got the new mic and all that. Yeah, I guess that's pretty much it for this video. I hope you enjoyed this. I'll see you around.